Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's 3D the Rap Star, aka is the BENZMAN. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at It's the BENZMAN. That's ITSTHEBENZMAN. And if you are new to the channel or just checking it out, make sure you subscribe for more content. Upload weekly posts about this bad boy right here, the CL, the S-Class, the CL63 AMG, and more. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the latest video. But before we go any further, let's get some angles. And so basically it's not a numbers thing. It's more of a, if you guys watch my videos and the people that are subscribed know I mostly just do a numbers thing in general of what you shouldn't do to your Mercedes. So this is more like another 101 video for my subscriber count. And we kind of had this car, after a while, we started using it as a project car just to see, like how would it hold up. We did a couple of things to the car. And I put 22s on here, if you can tell, if you guys could look and see how it sit. It's actually still an inch up. So I will say with these cars, if you lift it up and put 22s on, it will scrub right here, the bushing. That right there is most likely to scrub from the front tires and wheels being so big. And when I had the 22s on there, I had to go with the small profile, the real skinny tires. So I'll say that's the number one, what you shouldn't do to your Mercedes Benz, even though on the CL I have 22s, and a lot of people will say, oh yeah, but you still ride 22s. I'll still put them on every time, but I'm gonna say Mercedes Benz was built off quality and brand, and the smooth ride. Just putting any kind of aftermarket wheels on will mess up the ride, and you won't have that plush feel, that buttery smooth feel on the car ride no more. And number two, we gonna talk about the headlights. It's not really picking it up that bad, but over time, letting the car just sit out. So a little tip, if you do let your car sit out, try to face it where when the sun rise, it'll sit that way. Or when the sun set, don't have it like 1 o'clock position and it's facing the sun, because this will happen, especially to the E320 lights over time, because the way they're slanted. It's not straight, it slants back, so you guys will make sure you want to do that. The best thing for these cars are to keep them garaged. If you have a Mercedes, or not a Mercedes in general, but these kind of lights, because just ride around the streets and you will see all kind of Mercedes with the lights like this. And we are gonna get new ones. So like I said, we had this, it was a project car, we just started fixing it back up and it's back on the road. And another thing, let's talk about the brake first. So with the E320 is a special kind of brake system. So if you don't go to the dealer, they'll fix your brakes, but not the sensor sometimes. So when the sensor go out, the place actually told me that they couldn't do nothing about the brake thing. I had to take it to the dealer to clear the code, that code out. So guys, leave in the comments if went to indie shops and they can clear all codes. I'm sure you could use the scanner tool that you hook the thing up to and probably clear the faults, but I don't know about on this car. So if you guys know, please leave in the comments and let me know. So that was one thing. So the brakes are fixed, but the brake is saying that the brake light is on, that the brakes aren't serviced, but they are. And so just for the subscribe count, service F exceeded by 345 days, guys. We had this car as a project, and we wanted to see what'll happen. Let's take it over a year of service, but we have put oil in there and just see what's the car need. The belts feel good, the suspension still feel good. I think we need control arms and motor mounts, but nothing related. So if you keep getting the oil, you should be fine, but I would not recommend it. So this is another one on the list. So do not go over, because when you sell a car, especially a Mercedes Benz, they want to know that you serviced them on time. You got all the records, you went to the dealer. But even me going to a aftermarket indie shop, it still should hold up because its reputation is good where I'm at. So this is another thing, guys. Don't let it go over, but you can. Nothing really will happen to the car, but it's for if you're looking forward to get rid of it or you're doing stuff like that. And another thing is, so when I had the car, from a light, if you rev these if you rev them up a lot or take off fast a lot, the mounts will wear out. There's so many Benzes I know, or even this is my second one to have in my second one, you know, at a light and just want to feel the power. Over time, the mounts will go out. And like I said earlier, if you put the 22s on the car, then now you got to deal with mounts going out. So you got to deal with mounts, you got to deal with ball joints, everything suspension related. So that's what these cars are a lot. They wear on all that stuff heavy. And so another thing on Mercedes is, you notice the hood lines always on the E320, sometimes they seem off. Well, we just popped it right now, but take a look at this. Might be a little dusty, but everything is in good place. So that's what I want to say. Going over almost a year in service, everything is looking right. It's still greased up. And if you can, if you will be in the car, you know, most of the time, this car is a 2004, so make sure, you know, you're not getting in the car dirty, or if you're cleaning it, make sure you don't use, you know, the products and ride with your hands dirty, because this car over time, this is all for me. This is all for me. Wearing the car down and just driving, you know, after cleaning the car with either a rag that got dirty from cleaning the wheels off. So if you can, guys, go with a darker interior. I always say try to get black or gray. But unless you won't really be driving the car that much, because I do think the light interior is the best as far as look wise and give you the Mercedes Benz rich feel. As it's real dirty, especially right here, and that's all from me from putting my hand right there, resting right there, and then these broke off. And as I'm looking at it right now, I just noticed this is actually telling us to add 2 quarts of oil. We need 2 quarts of oil. We've been riding it like that, and you know, that's just with going a year over service, and that's all for the YouTube thing. And that's my main thing, guys, so don't go over. That's the main thing. Do not do to your Mercedes Benz. And make sure with the gas, guys, you put premium fuel only. I couldn't even say that right. I was just so in the gas. I like when I open it, because people always say, oh, you got a Mercedes, oh, just go to Arco, put 87 in there. No, you can't. The fuel pump actually went out on this car, as said in another video, guys. And if you want to see that video, just scroll through my page and go through do not buy an E320 again, and you guys will be able to see that video. But back to this. So this car did leave me stranded, but that's on another video if you want to see why. So that's another do not, guys. Do not put 87 in your tank. I'm telling you, you heard it from the BENZMAN. Do not put 87 in your tank. 91 only and up and higher octane. And tints are fine. So guys, if you do want to put tints on there, go to a shop that's reputation is good. You got to go through a shop. I'm tired of, I see some Benzes, when I look at the window film, it bubbled up, or either they did it themselves. This is over 5-6 years of the tint being on here, and it is not a bubble in sight. It is real dirty on the back, I will say, but the bubbling of the film is just haven't showed, so it's been real good. I got hit with this message. So guys, you know what that means. Another repair. So I'm starting to second guess, man. I used to always say, yeah, get these cars. A good car, it still is if you have a warranty. But like me, I don't have one. I think I may try to get one, but this just makes you don't want it after like all the stuff I done did to the car already. And it's like, really, you telling me is another problem? Still running normal, guys. If you know what this is, let me know in the messages or in the comments. Taking the car right now. Hopefully it don't start smoking, you know. saying the light to check the coolant, but the other day it was some smoke coming from right up here. So we back. It's like I fixed everything else, and now a new problem arose.